Hello students, welcome back to another lecture in BHMS 4513, Electronic Commerce, Strategy and Implementation. I'm your lecturer, Dr. Adam Wong. This is lecture 2 of the subject. Today we are going to talk about Internet marketing mix. In particular, we are going to talk about product and price. I'm recording this online lecture on a very rainy morning, and it's a good thing that we have this online teaching. Otherwise, both you and I have to travel to the campus on this very rainy day, wearing a mask and carrying an umbrella. Okay, so let's get started. Here are the learning objectives for today. We'll try to understand the marketing mix. Some products are very successful. Some products are not very successful, whether they use e-commerce or not. So we'll try to understand what makes some products successful. In particular, we'll look at the marketing mix concept, which is a very important concept for making your e-commerce successful. We'll learn the opportunities of using the internet to vary. To vary means to change. To change the core product and extended product. Okay, so what's the core product and what's the extended product? We'll talk about it in the lesson. And we'll try to explain the concept of differential pricing. And lastly, we'll discuss the implications of the internet on price. And these are our learning objectives. Now, why are some products successful and some are not successful, even when you are using e-commerce? Well, you have to do your marketing well in order to have a successful product. And marketing can be summarized by the 4 Ps. So what are the 4 Ps? They are product, price, place, and promotion. A product is an item that is built or produced to satisfy the needs of a certain group of people. Now pay attention to this. To satisfy the needs, okay, which is a very important part in this definition. The product should satisfy the needs of a certain group of people. It's not just that we build a product to sell it. We build a product to satisfy the needs of some people, some customers. The product can be tangible or can be intangible or tangible, as it can be in the form of services or goods. Intangible means it's not physical, it's not touchable. Tangible means it's touchable and it's physical. An example of tangible product is like your mobile phone. Okay, an intangible product may be like a service. For example, if you go to the bank, they provide you with some services such as foreign exchange, then that is intangible. The price of a product is the amount that a customer pays for to enjoy it. So this is rather obvious. The price is the cost that a customer is willing to pay. The place has to do with how the product will be provided to the customer. Okay, so going back to our banking example, the place of the banking can be physical, meaning that you have to go to a physical branch of a bank to do the foreign exchange or deposit money or to withdraw money. But these days, it's more popular to do the banking online. Okay, so it's basically the same product. Okay, same product, same service, but the place is different. You can do it online. Promotion concerns with creating a positive image about the product. There are many methods in promotion. These methods may include advertising, sales promotion, special offers, and public relations. Now, there's a big difference between advertising and public relations. Usually, advertising means we paid for buying some time or some space on the media time on the media means like TV commercials, advertisements on TVs, or advertisements in magazines. Public relations, PR, means that we don't pay directly for the media, but we create some stories or news, and hopefully the media will spread the news around free of charge. Okay, this slide is about relating the 4 P's to the 4 C's. So why should we consider the 4 C's? Well, it has been argued that the 4 C's are customer-oriented, whereas the 4 P's that we looked at previously are producer-oriented. So what are the 4 C's? So these are the 4 C's. It stands for cost, communications with company, customer needs and wants, and customer convenience. Can you relate the 4 P's to the 4 C's? So which one should match to which P should match to which C? When you think about it, when we are concerned with product, we actually should be delivering some product or even service to satisfy customer needs and wants. So products should be related to customer needs and wants. When we are thinking about price, okay, we should be thinking about how much it will cost for the customer to get the service. So price relates to cost. When we are talking about place where we should sell the product, we should think about, is it convenient to the customer? So place relates to customer convenience. And then finally, when we try to promote our product, we should think about communicating the features or the benefits of our product to the consumer. So promotion should relate to communications with company. So this is how the 4 P's are related to the 4 C's. Now that you understand what the 4 P's are and the 4 C's are, we can talk about the concept of the marketing mix. You can look at marketing mix just like the way you look at cooking. Different chefs or different cooks in the kitchen, they may use the same ingredient in their cooking, but the dish they serve are all different. Why? Because they mix these ingredients in different ways. Okay, so marketing mix is a similar thing. Marketing mix refers to the variables used to define the key elements of marketing strategy. And what are the key elements? Yes, they are the 4 P's or the 4 C's. Now, in order to prepare a good dish, a cook or a chef have to understand the taste of his target customer. Likewise, if you want to do your e-commerce well, it is necessary to decide on the target market first, and then do the research on the mix of the variables. Let's look at the diagram below. Now, this rectangle here represents everyone in the world, everyone. Okay, so who can become your customers? Well, you have to define what your product is. Okay, so only the people in the world who are going to like your product or going to need your product will become your customers. Okay, so this is a subset of the whole world. However, not all of these people will become your customer. Why? Because some of them may not be willing to pay the price of your product. Okay, so it has to be the group, the intersection of the people who need your product, and also the group of people who are also willing to pay the price asked by you becomes your target customer. Now, not only that, you have to serve your product in the right place. Okay, so going back to the banking example, if some customers, they don't like online marketing, but your product is online marketing, then they will be here. Okay, now if your product also includes the online distribution, which means you have online websites for them to do their banking, and then this group become your target customer. And finally, do they know that you have such a product? This means promotion. If they never heard of your product, then they are here. Okay, they may not become your target customer. So finally, only this group, okay, this little intersection of all the 4 key elements become your target customer. Now let's look at how to vary the mix online. So which variables are important for the ideal customer? What products do they need? What price are they willing to pay? Okay, are they willing to pay for a high price for better quality, or will they sacrifice the quality for a lower price? Where will they buy? Will they buy online or will they buy offline? If they buy online, will they use mobile apps or ordinary websites? What's the right channel to promote the product to them? Do you still use TV commercials, or do you buy Google engine search results? Remember, the customer base and the individual needs of the customer may vary significantly. To vary means to change. Significantly means greatly or a lot. So the needs of the customer can change greatly from the physical to the virtual environment. So the customers you used to know in the physical environment who go to the physical shops may have different needs to the customer who may buy online in the virtual environment. So the mix, the 4 Ps, the use of the 4 Ps is not generic for all customers, but for segments. This means that when you decide on the mix, it should not be the same. It should not be the same for all customers, but you should apply the mix for parts of your target customer group. A segment is a part. A segment is a part. Okay, as stated at the start of the lesson, we are going to look at 2 elements in the marketing mix today, product and price. So let's look at product. Let me ask you, if you have to sell something like a low-tech product, a low-tech product such as a map, okay, do you have to sell exact same way to everyone? Or can you change the way you sell it? Okay, likewise, if your online shop sells mobile phones, how do you differentiate your shop from other online shops? Okay, this is something we are going to discuss in this part. Now, when you sell a product, you are actually not selling one product, okay, but you're selling 2 products, the core product and the extended product. The product variable of the marketing mix relates to the decisions of varying or changing current products or developing new products based on the researching customers' needs. So what is a core product? Well, a core product means the fundamental features of the product that meet the customer's needs. An example, a computer. So when you buy the computer, the fundamental features of the product or of the computer is its CPU, its internal memory like the RAM, the hard disk, the keyboards, and so on. Or if it's desktop computer, it also includes the screen. Okay, if it's a laptop computer, then it means it's battery life. Okay, so that's the physical core product. But when you are selling a computer, you're also selling an extended product. The extended product is a set of additional features and benefits beyond the core product. So if you look at the computer example I mentioned, when you sell your computer, you're also selling your technical support, for example. Another example would be like the warranty you give to your computer. Two shops may sell the same computer. One shop may give 1 year of warranty. Another shop may give additional period of warranties. Okay, this is less common on brand name computers such as Lenovo or Dell. But if you go to the Golden Shopping Center, if you ask them to customer build a computer for you, then you will find that the technical support and the warranty can be very, very different. Okay. So how do you change the core product when it is the set of main features? Okay, usually it's a physical product. How can you change it? Well, you can still change it. There are actually two options to change the core product. You can change it using the digital media. However, not all products can be done in this way. The first way is called mass customization. It means to use digital technologies to offer tailored versions of products to individual customers or groups of customers. Tailored version means customized versions. Okay. Now this is most suitable for digital products or products that can be specified online. So what are digital products? This can be like a movie or a song or a book. Okay, for example, if it's for a movie, then you can decide on what subtitles are available. Okay, the format of the movie, is it 4K or 8K, or is it just for the mobile phone? Products that can be specified online. Let's look at some examples. Like Dell. When Dell sells computers, you can specify how you want your computer. The next slide will show you more details about this. Levi's. When you buy a pair of Levi's jeans, you can tailor-make for you. When you go to a physical shop, usually you just can specify the waist and the length, 即係個腰圍同埋腳長. However, everybody's figure is different. Okay, so just the waist and the leg length may not be fit your body entirely. And also similarly, Lands' End, a company in the US, it has this Design Your Fit website to help you. Okay, so they have this website, and you can see this like a magic mirror. When you place yourself with the jeans in front of the magic mirror, it will try to show how you will look like when you're wearing the pair of jeans. And also, mass customization can be done when you sell computers, like I mentioned before. So this is an example of Dell. Have you been seeing Dell computers being sold in physical shops? Sometimes, okay, but not a lot. Now, if you go to the Dell website, you'll find that they sell computers like you can specify the hard drive. How large do you want your hard drive? Do you want ordinary hard drive, or do you want SSD, which means solid state drive? How would you like your delivery options? Like Lands' End, like I mentioned before, okay, they have this Design Your Fit application that you can use to specify your waist, your hip, your inseam. Inseam means 內長. Normally, when you go to physical shops, we can only specify the length which is 外牆, okay, but this is inseam. And you can specify your own body height, your weight. If you're female, you can specify your bra cup size. Now, why do they want the weight and the bra and so on? That's because they want to capture as much information from you as possible so that they can sell you other things. They want to know you better. Remember, in lesson 1, we talk about intelligence. The more information, the higher the intelligence. Okay. Now let's take a look at the second approach of wearing the core product. This is called the prosumer approach. Now the term prosumer can mean different things. Okay. The first meaning is that the term can describe consumer product that has some professional features, like a prosumer camera, like this one. Okay. So what is so professional about this camera? Can you see? Well, the first thing that is obvious is that this is a horseshoe. This horseshoe means that you can install an additional flashlight here. It has its built-in flash here already, but it may not be too powerful. So this horseshoe allows you to install another flashlight. Not only that, you can also insert like a remote control, so that when you take picture with this camera, you can have another flash over on the other side of the subject, so that it's not all the lights come from the front, but some comes from the side. And this horseshoe can also you can install a remote control microphone, so that you're recording video, the audio will not be received by this built-in camera, but instead a remote camera being worn on the subject's body. Now the internet marketers, when they look at prosumer, they consider it as producer plus consumer. Okay, and there are two possibilities. The first possibility is that the customer helps to design the product they purchase. How is this possible? Well, for example, a company designs a map for a conference. So that's the question I asked you at the beginning. How can you sell a map differently to everybody? Well, the answer is you ask the customer to help produce their own maps. So that's the first prosumer approach. The customer will produce the products they are going to buy. The second approach is the customer will produce goods for their own use, and the company can sell these goods to others. Here's another example. In a pizza company called Domino's Pizza, they have this big BFD, which stands for Big Fantastic Deal. They let customers design their own unique pizzas, and then other customers can see and order. So how can you design your own pizza? Well, let's take a look. But before we look at the pizza, let's look at the map first. So this is an example of how you can, the first prosumer approach. So imagine you have the website, and then you want to sell maps, but you can use the prosumer approach. For example, you can ask the customer to input some details here, and then using those details, the customer's own map is produced. You see, this is my own map with my own name, in the language that I want, it's for the location, in my own scale, and so on. Okay, so that's the first prosumer approach. The second prosumer approach is to not just to produce the product for one customer, but the product can be ordered by other customers as well, like the Big Fantastic Deal by Domino's Pizza. So in this case, different customers can design their own unique pizzas that other customers can see and order. So you can specify your own very special toppings, very special. You can include like BBQ pork or char siu, or how about Lin Yong, okay, something like a mooncake pizza, okay, that others can see and think is interesting and they can order. Okay, so you can be very creative, especially when you have a website. Okay, we have looked at how to vary the core product or changing the core product. Let's look at ways to vary the extended product. So this slide is about varying the extended product. There are 4 basic ways to vary the extended product. The first way is to change the warranties you give to the product. So warranties, they include guarantees, money back, or offers. Basically, they're same concept, but just different names. So how can the internet help you in this way? Well, you can provide this information on the website to give additional assurance to the consumer. Okay, and also you can provide different warranties to different ways they interact with you. Okay, now my question to you is, who is the person giving this warranty? Who is guaranteeing that the product will work? Who is giving the money back? It is the company, isn't it? It is, if you are the merchant, it's you. You are providing the warranty. Okay, that's a very important concept to remember. The second one is endorsements. Okay, this can be in the form of awards, testimonies, and customer list. Now, what is endorsements? Endorsement, you may say, is 認可. Now, these days, people are all rushing to buy surgical face masks, 外科口罩, okay? And they are looking for endorsements from, let's say, FDA, 美國嘅藥物管理局, something like that. So if you buy a box of face masks that has this endorsement on it, then you feel it's very safe. But if you buy a box of face masks that has nothing on it, okay, then you feel a bit worried. Okay, it's the same core product. The surgical mask inside the box may look the same, feels the same, but without the endorsement on the box, you feel unsafe, right? Awards, similarly, okay, has the product received any kind of awards? Testimonies means some kind of stories given by a customer. Usually, it's a long statement. We'll look at some examples later. Customer list, okay, who has bought the similar products before? Again, this gives you additional confidence about the product. So how can the internet help you? Well, you can show this in the website to enhance the image of the product. So endorsement is an approval or show of support by another party. Now, that's an important thing to know. Remember earlier I asked you, who provides the warranty? Okay, who provides it is the merchant. Okay, you have total control. You can give your computer 1 year warranty, 2 years warranty, or n years of warranty. Okay, you are in entirely control. But for endorsements, testimonies, and customer lists, you don't have control. Okay, it's always given by another party. Like for surgical face mask, it's given by FDA. Okay, 藥物管理局. Okay, 係美國嗰個. Okay, testimony is a statement or story made by a customer. Again, you have to ask the customer to provide that statement. You cannot invent a testimony. So who provides this? Basically, not yourself. It's always another party or customer. It's beyond your control. It's not under your control. So we have looked at 2 ways, the first way and the second way. Now let's look at the third and the fourth way. The third way is to provide service. Okay, the website can specify or offer additional add-on service such as gift wrapping in Amazon.com. So even if you are selling mobile phones, It's the same mobile phone that you sell. Okay, it's the same iPhone 12 or the same Samsung Note 10, but some websites may offer additional services such as gift wrapping, or you can offer them to engrave your names of the people on the phone or on the pen. Okay, 刻字. Okay. The fourth way is to give tools to help customers to select and use the product. So it's the same product, but the website can tell the customer, hey, what are some tools or information to help use the product? For example, MTR has a mobile app. So if you're deciding whether you should take a bus or the MTR, if you have a MTR's mobile app on hand, then you can find out what is the cheapest route, how much time it will take. Also, the bus company will give you the same app, and you can even tell you what's the next the arrival time of the next bus. Then you can decide whether you want to take the MTR or the bus. Okay. Now, if you want to provide all the information yourself, it can be very, very expensive in terms of human power. What you can do, you can set up a discussion forum and let the other users provide the information. Can you suggest more? Okay, I leave it up to you. You may want to post it in our forum. Now, this is an example of using the website to extend the product. For example, a company such as UPS, goods delivery is its core product. However, besides delivering the goods, it can also provide a website and then provide a reference number for the user to find out exactly what the status is. Okay, in this case, it's my package, which has been delivered to the city of Edinburgh. Okay, in case you're wondering what this is about, this is my doctoral thesis. Okay. Now here's another example of extended product. Okay, so in this case, we are using the tools to help users to select the product, and this can be considered some kind of customer magnet, which means attract them to the website, attract them to use the product. Now, Fisher-Price, if you have a younger brothers who are very small, you may be familiar with this name, Fisher-Price. Basically, it makes toys for little children. Okay, so how can you use a website to help sell toys for little children? Well, you can have a website and you can help them to design activities to use with the product. So this activity sheet, okay, some current templates. You want them to use your product, and you will want them to lose the product so that they have to buy new ones. This is relevant to you guys. Is JobsDB. So JobsDB, its core product is helping people to find jobs, right? But you can extend it. How can you extend it? Well, you can have different sections for the company, for the jobs. For example, for fresh graduates, for students who are still in school, and so on. Now it's time to play a little matching game. Look at these items on the left. Okay, I have 6 things here. Can you match them to the things on the right? Now, online templates for children to color their pictures with their color pencils is this one. So this is a template so people can put in different colors here, and I can let's say the head is blue. I can do something like that. Okay. Now the logo of the Hong Kong Organic Resource Center certification, you may actually see this in some supermarkets. Okay, and if you don't know, this is the actress Tong Wai, okay, whose most famous performance is in what do you call it? Sick Guy, Sick Guy. Okay, so try to complete the exercise. You will know the answers when you attend the online lecture. Okay, and if you want to understand the needs of your customers, the best way to do it is to do a research, right? Marketing research. Is it expensive to do research? Yes, it can be very expensive. Imagine that you have to hire someone to interview people or hand out questionnaires in the street. Okay, it is very, very expensive. However, if you want to do your marketing research online, it's much, much less expensive. So as says here, the internet is a relatively low-cost method of conducting marketing research, particularly about customer perceptions of products and services. Now, the research options in using the internet include the following. Online focus groups. So in this case, you have a moderated focus group can be conducted to compare customer experience of product use. Now, what do you mean by moderated? It means that someone is actually looking at the group, okay, monitoring the group to ensure that the discussions are relevant to the product, okay, not discussing about dramas on the TV about and anything else, or the novel coronavirus, okay, but it should be about your product. Okay, most companies now have permanent customer panels they can use to ask about new ideas. Another way is to do online questionnaire survey. Okay, this is even easier. This typically means usually focus on the site visitor's experience, but can also include questions relating to products. So it's either about the customer visitor's experience about your website, about the experience about your products. The research can be also about customer feedback on using your product or to provide some support forums. So the comments posted on your company's official website is also an option for marketing research. Or you can look at comments or questions on independent websites such as social networks. Okay, a very good example is Facebook. Now, these comments on either your Facebook official website or social websites may give suggestions about the future product innovation. An example is ideastorm.com. Okay, you can visit the website to find out. There are many other websites like this one. Web analytics. Now, to conduct marketing research doesn't mean that you always have to ask around, ask people what they feel. You can just look at how they behave when they go to your website. Remember in lesson 1, we talked about how much information you can get when a visitor goes to your website. Okay, so every time when a customer clicks on a link offering a particular product, it indicates a preference for the product and related offers. Well, what are the techniques for web analytics? Well, it includes reviewing traffic volume, referrals. What are referrals? It means where the customer is from. Do they come from a Google search? Do they come from an online magazine? Do they come from a Facebook page? All these are referrals. Okay. So if you find that many people are coming from Facebook on advertisements, then you may want to pay more money so that you can get to reach more people on Facebook. Click streams, okay. Where do they click after they click on your product? Do they go to other pages of your product, or do they go to another website? And if they go to another website, which website do they go to? Okay. And online reach data. Online reach means the reach means how many people you can assess with your website. So the reach you may say 係你個影響力啊，或你個範圍。Okay. Now the information from Web Analytics can be used to indirect assess customers' product preferences. You can evaluate how interested your products, your customers are in your products. If a lot of customers comes to your website and then they leave shortly afterwards, it means that they are interested by the advertisement, by the referrals, but when they arrive at your website, it's not attractive enough. Now, an example of companies providing this kind of web analytics is Alexa. Okay, you can visit this website to find out more. This is an example of doing online survey using some free tool. Okay, we'll take a closer look when we are doing our tutorial. Here's another such website. Now, when you conduct your marketing research online, you besides asking your customers directly, such as focus groups or questionnaires or feedback forums, or monitoring their behavior online, such as web analytics, you can also do something without interacting with them. For example, eye tracking. This is interesting, okay, because you need it basically because the competition is just one click away. Okay, if the customer cannot find what they want from your website, they can leave your website and go to your competition. They will just take their business elsewhere. Eye tracking technology allows a company to see its website through the eyes of its customers. Okay, the company can find out where they look, what they pay most attention to, and most importantly, what they miss. Now, with eye tracking, it's easy these days because most users use the website using a notebook computer, and the webcam and the software installed on the notebook can record the path of the user's eyes and where they fixate on. Okay, and that's which fixate. Each time they fix on something is called fixation. And when you record the fixations, you can show a session map, which is the path and fixations of one visitor. And if you add together or adds up all the fixations of a number of users, you get a heat map. Okay, and you see an example here. Okay, so this is a session map. Okay, the small dots means the user stops here very well and moves on very quickly. The big dots means that the customer stopped at this part of the website for a longer time. This is a session map, and this is a heat map. So when you add up a lot of session maps, it gives you the heat map. And as you notice that the advertisement is ignored by most visitors. So basically, it means that this advertisement is useless to the advertiser. Now, let's take a look at another element in the marketing mix, price. Okay, so how will the internet affect the price of your products? Will it cause the price to be lowered because of the competition? And how many websites will you search for a hotel room before making your own decision? Okay, it's logical that the more websites you go to, the higher the chance that you will find a hotel room with the lowest price. So how many hotel websites will you actually go to before you make a decision? Okay, hotels may be obvious, but what about books? What about DVDs? Okay, so let's take a look. Well, the price variable of marketing mix refers to the company's pricing policy. That's the concept of differential online pricing. It means that you can sell the same product to different customers at different prices. For example, the low-cost airlines may sell the majority of their products online and penalize customers with high costs if they do not buy online. Okay. Will this pricing policy work for companies selling tangible goods? Okay. Now you can see a reverse of this example when you buy things online. For example, movie tickets. When you buy movie tickets online, you are paying a little bit more. Okay, so the penalty is for it. The company, the cinemas, they penalize consumers with high prices if they buy online. Okay, if you go to the cinema and buy the tickets offline, it's a little bit cheaper. So it really depends on the product and the target market. Now, Amazon established its market dominance, 即係統治者地位啦嚇，市場嘅統治地位 dominance by being known for its range of products and quality of service rather than having the lowest prices. Okay, this tells us that even though consumers may go to different websites and compare prices, but it may not be the best strategy to compete just on price. Okay, that's why you need the other elements in the marketing mix, such as product and place and promotion. Now, but the internet does have some implications for price. 的確係對價錢有好大嘅影響嘅。Okay, the first implication is increased price transparency. Transparency means 透明度啦。Now, customer knowledge about price increases due to increased availability of pricing option. Okay, now there are many websites that provide this transparency. One of them is called comparison search engines. Now there are many price comparison websites. They compare competitors within a sector such as finance, retail, or travel. Can you think of one company, one comparison search engine that provides this service in the travel sector? I think the answer is obvious, right? It's like Trivago or Hotels.com or Hotels Combined. However, most consumers do not try too hard to compare prices, and this is what we call satisficing behavior. Now notice, this is not a spelling mistake. It is satisficing. I'll explain it further in the next slide. But according to a survey, a study, satisficing behavior does exist. Now, the average consumer will search only 1.2 book websites before they buy a book, and only 1.3 CD websites before they decide on a song, and only 1.8 websites before they decide on their travel plan. Okay, now this research you may say is rather old, it's done in 2004, but it still shows you that people will not spend too much time. For example, books, we don't have a lot of book comparison engines right now, so this is still very relevant. Now let's look at this thing called satisficing behavior. Satisficing, this word is formed by combining satisfying and sacrificing. The consumers do not behave entirely rationally. Rationally means 理性 in product and supplier selection. They will compare alternatives. Okay, 即係比較啦. But they may make their choice based on imperfect information. Okay, so one interesting example is, look at this lady sitting in front of how many screens? 1, 2, 3, 4 screens. Okay, there's a lot of information. Okay, so if she keeps on comparing websites, okay, she may rationally she thinks that she knows that if she keeps on searching and keeps on comparing, she may find the perfect product or the perfect supplier. However, most of them will make their choice based on imperfect information. They will stop after searching for a while and say, hey, this is good enough. Okay, I'm not going to do further searches. Here is an example of a search engine, a compression search engine. This one is called Price Runner. Not so famous in Hong Kong, but famous in Europe. This is price.com.hk, very popular in Hong Kong. And this is the result of a search for some tablets. And you can see more details here. And there are new pricing approaches. So what are these new pricing approaches? The first one is called aggregated buying. Well, you can summarize it in two Chinese words, 團購, 團購. Okay, so it's very obvious that if you buy more of a certain product, they can give you a discount. So aggregated buying is a form of customer union. Okay, you have heard of worker unions before, right? 嗰啲工會. Okay, but now we have customer unions where customers collectively purchase a number of items at the same time and receives a volume discount. Okay, can you name such an example in Hong Kong? Okay, you may want to contribute this in our discussion forum. Dynamic pricing is another new pricing approach, which means that you offer different prices to the same product at different times to the same consumer. Okay, so when you buy the first few items for a certain company, you get discounts. Later on, when you buy products from the same company, they begin to charge you more. Okay. For example, new customers can be automatically given discounted prices for the first 3 items. But notice this can cause a negative public relations or negative PR. For example, Amazon received negative publicity when people found out that their friends or colleagues had paid much less for the same product. So be careful with this dynamic pricing thing. Oh, price transparency. Now look at here. If you can't beat them, join them. Okay, this is an example of a hotel. It's called Millennium Gloucester Hotel, London. Okay, in Kensington area. Okay, if you had lived in London, you will know what I'm talking about. Now, this hotel official website has a price. Okay, so this is a hotel's official website's price, but it also shows you what are the prices like if you go to some price comparison websites. So that's what I meant by if you can't beat them, join them. Okay, tell the customers not to search anymore. This is already the cheapest. Do the comparison for them. Okay. So this is a summary of what we have learned today. We look at in terms of product and in terms of price, what can we do? In terms of product, we can vary or change the core product. You can do mass customization. You can do the prosumer approach. For the extended product, we can do warranties, endorsements, service, and goods. If you want to do online research, you can use focus groups, questionnaires, feedback or support forums, web analytics, or even eye tracking. For price, we understand that the internet increased the price transparency due to better customer knowledge and the use of comparison search engines. Okay, so companies respond to this by allowing aggregated buying or dynamic pricing. Okay, so this is the end of today. I give you some references here that I've used. Okay, and then for your activities at home, you can look at some websites that I mentioned here, and you can also check out groupon.hk. And now, as an exercise, okay, you can do at home. Look at the options here. So what options are used to vary the core product in this example? And in this example, try to relate them to the cost materials. So that's the end. Thank you and bye-bye.